Suzanne, I am starving. I can't wait to get into these crackers. I love some crackers. How about you?
Me too, but there's 220 calories. It'll be okay. I'll eat it anyway.
Here, I'll save you from those. I really love crackers.
That's mine.
I'm sorry.
Give them back. Give. Oh, you get on my nerves.
More crackers. More crackers. Yay! Yay!
What is wrong with you?
Crackers.
You ate
Crackers.
all those crackers, didn't you?
Yeah.
I told you not to. Told you not to eat those crackers.
It wasn't worth it.
It was too much. You just did too much, didn't you?
Way too much.
I'm gonna need you to stop talking with the crackers in your mouth. All right. Well, maybe clean up all this trash and go do some of your exercise stuff where you walk. You know. And it looks like you're walking. Are you even? Yeah, okay. All right.
So I hope y'all have had a great night tonight. We've done some worship, and now we're to the time of the night where we take up our offering to support some local missions. And so we've got an orphanage in Haiti that we are trying to support. They've had torrential rains with this tropical storm, and the orphanage is flooding. So we're trying to raise some money to help them offset the cost that it's going to take to rebuild. So we ask that you be generous with what God has blessed you with. God asks us to be good stewards, and so we're going to pass the helmet around as we normally do, and so just give whatever God's laid on your heart tonight. Thank you.
$1,010, $1,011.
Suzanne, it's really easy to be greedy in our world today. We live in a world of excess where everybody just wants more and more and more. For our kids, you know, there's a new video game, a new toy, a new fad every year. You know, for us, it used to be the Sears catalog would come out, right? And you go and you'd circle what you wanted as toys. But
Make a list.
now everything's on Amazon. Hey, let's look at our deals. And for us, even adults, you know, we want somebody around us gets a new car. We want a car. For me, it was crackers, right? I had to eat crackers. For you, it was coins as you were hoarding and causing the coin shortage in the United States. We appreciate that very much.
No problem.
But greed is not something new. Greed really has its root in idolatry. And so from the very first, when we committed sins, when Adam and Eve committed sins, they showed us what it means to put something before God. And that's really what greed turns into, is something that we want more than we want Him. And Jesus talked about that in Luke 12, beginning in verse 13. Someone in the crowd said to him, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the inheritance with me." But Jesus said to him, "Man, who made me a judge or arbiter over you?" And he said to them, "Take care and be on your guard against all covetousness. For one's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions." And he told them a parable, saying, "The land of a rich man produced plentifully. And he thought to himself, 'What shall I do? For I have nowhere to store my crops.' And he said, 'I will do this. I will tear down my barns and build larger ones. And there I will store all my grain and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Relax, eat, drink, be merry.' But God said to him, "Fool, this night your soul is required of you, and the things you have prepared, whose will they be? So is the one who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God."
So in this parable, we see that this man is focused on the wrong things. He's been blessed with something, but instead of blessing others with that, he's stored it all up for himself. He's kept everything that he has had abundance of for himself instead of sharing it with other people. And that's not what God wants us or calls us to do. God does bless us, but he wants us to be a blessing to other people with the things that he blesses us with. So if God is blessing you with something, rather than being greedy and keeping it all to yourself for yourself, be a blessing to others. Help others out when they're in need.
Suzanne, you're so right. God has blessed us so greatly, especially here in America. And we have such awesome lives, and we cannot allow that to keep us from worshiping the God that gave us all those things and being obedient to him when he tells us to go and to help orphans and widows in their need and to meet the needs of those that have less than us. We can't say, no, I'm going to keep all this to myself. We got to go and do that. And that's what this guy in the parable didn't get.
Yeah, I agree.
Ultimately, Jesus is the treasure of the world. And when we start elevating things like crackers or money or whatever it may be, video games, even other people, when we put them in a position higher than we put Jesus, we begin to make idols of them, and God will not stand for that. Jesus is the treasure of the world. He is the greatest thing that can be had here. But to have him, we have to give up all this other stuff. So I hope our children understand that. I hope our parents understand that. I hope we understand that.
Yeah, all your crackers and all my change. I hope that we, unlike this man, will get our focus on God and realize that that is who our blessings come from, and that he gives them to us with the intention of us being able to bless others.
That's right.
We consider him that treasure that he is.
That's right. You want a cracker?
You want a quarter?
Sure.
Thanks.
Thank you.